Oops. Hello everybody, and welcome back to our channel, Two Brothers Outdoors. Tonight I'm just doing a little maintenance on the mill. On the last video you might have noticed this thing was making a ting 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 sound. It's building up sawdust on the blade, and I believe what's happened is the shoes, the guide shoes, need to be adjusted. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust these tonight, clean them up and adjust them, and then we'll start it up, see what it sounds like. But I would like you to come along with me while I adjust them so you can see what we're doing. Let's get adjusted. All right, so we sawed ash tonight, and ash is not pitchy whatsoever. But you see right here, this is a buildup of sawdust. It's compressed on the blade. And I'm thinking what's happened is the shoes are so far apart, the blade's got so much movement in here that they're unable to actually keep the sawdust off the blade, because they kind of act like a scraper as well as a shoe for the guides. So let's get adjusting, and I'll show you how I'm going to adjust them. The first thing I'm going to do is you have a little hex head bolt right here, and it takes an Allen wrench, and they're always packed full of sawdust. So I'm going to clean the sawdust out of them with this nail, both sides. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bolt right here, and that adjusts the distance of the guide on the blade. And back here, right here, you have a little bearing. See it right there? That's the backer bearing for the blade. There's supposed to be an 1/8 of an inch gap, 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch gap between this bearing and the blade. Now this one looks good right here. That looks pretty good. I got myself, all right, so I got myself a thin metal ruler right here, and you see I got it notched out. Those notches are called go, no-go gauges. One is 5/4 and the other one is 8/4. So when we're sawing boards, I used to use this back when I had the circle mill. You slide it on one end of the board and slide it on the other to make sure they're both the same thickness, because it's not too hard for a circle mill to get out of whack, and your boards will be thicker on one end than the other. This keeps it straight, especially, or it keeps giving you an idea so you can make it straight if it's not. But when you're cutting hardwood, it's really important because it can really downgrade your hardwood to have tapered boards. All right, so this is about a 1/16 of an inch thick, and I'm going to use it to measure that, and that just does slide in there. Still got a lot of sawdust on there. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to adjust this right here. Oh, yeah. All right, and then I'm going to slide it in and out. And then I'm going to hold it level against the bottom of the blade right here while I tighten this bolt up. All right. All right, so now I'll check this bearing as well. Yep, just got just enough clearance. All right, so now I'm going to loosen these hex head screws so my shoes will flop around, and we're going to adjust them after I check them to make sure they're clean. Oh, good God, that one's tight. Don't want to strip those out. That would be a catastrophe right there. Man, that was tight. All right, so I'm going to drop these down like this, and I'm going to use that same thin blade. Let me back this up a little bit more. Boy, I need to put some oil on that. That one doesn't want to come out at all. All right, so I'm going to take that blade that I just had, and I'm going to scrape these shoes. Hang on just a second. All right, so I'm just going to take the blade like this. just make sure there's no sawdust built up on this shoe. If there's any doubt in your mind, you could take that little screw out right there and take the shoes right off and clean them up. But I can feel it. I can tell when the sawdust is off of them. Alright, I'll do the same thing on this side. Yeah, this one's got a pretty good buildup on it right here. It goes from rough to being smooth. Now, they say these shoes will last a few years, but we've sawn thousands upon thousands upon thousands of board feet on this saw in the last 4 years, and shoes are still in pretty good shape. All right, they're clean, so now I'm going to show you how I adjust them. Okay, so what I do, normally I use a dollar bill to adjust these. I'm going to get this blade over here and get a clean spot on the blade. I'm going to scrape this blade as well. Get all the sawdust off of it in one spot anyway. This is where I'm going to adjust it at. Okay, right there is a nice clean spot. All right. So the first thing I do is I hold the bottom shoe up till it touches the blade, just barely. I usually use a dollar bill for this, but I don't have a dollar bill on me right now. Tim always has money in his wallet, so I just get one from him. But all right, you just want gravity to hold that while you're holding light pressure up on this. Snug it down. This should slide in and out easily, and your blade should be relatively tight in that groove between the shoes. I'm just going to give it a little snug there. All right, let's do the other side. All right, other side, the same scenario. I've already got a clean spot on the blade right here. Right there. And oh, by the way, you want to have your blade tensioned when you do this, okay? Now I'm going to hold this. I'll make sure I got no sawdust in here. Any sawdust in here will cause a poor adjustment. All right. Same thing. I'm going to raise this up right here. Slide what should be a dollar bill in there, but I'm using a piece of paper. Just like that. I'm going to push up on the bottom one until it sits just against the blade. I'm not pushing up. I'm just kind of like holding it against the blade. And gravity is doing this one right here. Oh, we got a problem here. This screw is becoming a problem. There we go. All right. I may have to replace that screw eventually because it is giving me a fit. There, loose now. But this is no longer loose. Okay. Paper's loose. Just holding it up right here. Tighten it down a little bit. This one's not as free turning as the other one. It's turning better now. The screw, that is. I'm going to have to take that screw out of there and either clean it up or replace it. Okay, it's tight. Paper slides out. Blade's tight. All right. And that's how you adjust these shoes, or at least that's how I adjust them, and that has worked out well for the last 4 years. I haven't replaced the shoes yet. They're still flat, and they may be wearing a little bit. That's why I have to adjust it once in a while. But for the most part, they've been holding up really well. All right, so what I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to take this piece of metal I got here, and I'm going to scrape this stuff off this blade. It's really pretty bad. It's almost as bad as cutting pine. Ash is not pitchy, so I don't know why it built up so bad on there. That's definitely what's making this blade make a bunch of noise. It's just on the top, it's not on the bottom. I don't remember what I cut last time. I may have cut a pine on here, and I may have run it dry because of the cold weather. Sometimes if I get a green piece of wood, I'll run the blade dry. Or if I get a piece of wood with a lot of ice on it, or a log with a lot of ice on it, I'll not run the coolant because I don't feel it's necessary. I definitely got a buildup on this blade. A bad buildup. Definitely feels like pine pitch. I don't remember the last time I saw the pine was though. I'll tell you, it's nice to have a wide cutting saw like this. But whenever you have to do something to the blade, the blade is 167 inches long. It takes a little bit of time to do stuff on it, sharpen it, clean it. It's still pretty sharp. Okay, let's give it a fire up and see what it sounds like and see if it sounds any better. Alright, so I'm going to fire it up and see what it sounds like. And I'll probably run the coolant a little heavy on it for a minute to get off any residue. Quieting it right down, not making any noise at all. The shoes being out of adjustment, the blade having pitch on it, what was making all that racket. That sounds 100% better. I can put the sawmill to bed with confidence that we're ready to go on the next log. And here's a little word to the wise. See that stop right there, that log stop? I don't know if you see it or not. Let me see if you can see it. On these mills, you got these little log stops here for sitting the can against. See that right there? Well, when you're working on the mill, set a board across here because it'll poke a hole through your pants in a heartbeat. Somewhere here. These are work pants. They're not mine. They come from a uniform company, thank God, because my wife would kill me for ripping them. All right, guys, we're going to put the mill to bed. Everything sounds good. I'm in complete confidence that we got it fixed. All right, guys, thanks for coming along with us on this little maintenance video. Hope it helps somebody down the road that might have a problem adjusting these shoes. I am definitely going to take that one bolt that's sticking, put some oil on it, see if I can get it loose from up back and forth, and if I can't, I'll cut it out of there and put a new bolt in it, because I got to have that so I can adjust it. All right, guys, thanks for coming along with us. If you're not a subscriber to our channel, hit that subscription button. It is absolutely free still. Don't know how long that's going to last. Hit that notifications bell. You don't want to miss any of our future videos. And give us that thumbs up. That little thumbs up right there only takes a little bink. But you would be surprised how much it helps our channel. Any channel that you watch videos and you like them, just hit that thumbs up. It helps the channels immensely. All right, guys. Thanks for coming along. Until the next one, we will catch you later.